All right, you know, we kind of know the fiscal stimulus and all of that, but what is the Federal Reserve going to do? The market's kind of trying to get a gauge of that. Peter Bullard speaking exclusively to St. Louis Fed President James Bullard on that subject. Take a look.
Well, we're here with Jim Bullard, the president of the St. Louis Federal Reserve Bank. And Jim, thanks for joining us again on Fox Business.
Thanks for being here out in St. Louis.
Let's start with Chair Yellen's testimony on the Hill yesterday and today, and she's saying that if the jobs numbers keep coming in at their current pace, and if inflation continues at its current pace, she still has 3 rate hikes penciled in for 2017. You, however, are talking about just 1 rate hike this year. Why?
Yeah, we think we're operating in a low, real, safe interest rate environment, and the rates just aren't that high globally, so you don't have to do as much in this environment to keep inflation under control. And so we think we're actually in pretty good shape. We have the 1 increase this year. I'm a little agnostic about timing on that. And so, you know, we'll see how it evolves as we go through the year.
Well, what about the concerns that some of your colleagues have at the Fed about potential stimulus from the Trump administration and how that might spur growth and higher inflation, potentially higher rates?
Well, the new administration needs to, you know, get its program together and get it through the Congress. I think that's going to take a while. I just don't see any way that that's going to be resolved by March, for instance, and perhaps till later in the year. So I think, given the numbers I see on the economy, I think we can probably afford to wait till later in the year to make our move.
Later in the year for the 1 move.
Yeah.
But not 3.
We only have the 1. We don't.
Yeah, your colleagues are talking about.
Yeah, but you have to talk to them about that.
No problem. But that could come as soon as March. March meeting, as far as you're concerned.
Well, I don't think. I just don't see this. I don't see that uncertainty about the fiscal situation being resolved. I mean, it's only a couple of weeks away, and obviously, Congress has to grind through the legislative process. If you look at other administrations that have come in, like Reagan, they have, you know, it took till July, August timeframe before they got their legislation passed.
Speaking of the Trump administration and the Republicans on the Hill, as you know, they have proposals around the Fed about perhaps putting more controls on it, or the audit the Fed bills and things like that. And we're all, of course, real curious about how the Fed and Chair Yellen and President Trump and the Trump administration are all going to get along. How do you think they'll get along?
I think we'll get along famously. That'll be very good. Now, I think there are proposals on Capitol Hill, and we'll see how those evolve and develop as we go through the year. But generally speaking, I think the Fed tends to be a very collegial organization, a very professional organization. I think we'll do well in this environment as we have in others.
But the president was very critical of the Fed during the election.
He was, but he's going to have a chance to make his appointment, and so you know, we'll let him go through with that. And but I think you know, it's a pretty big committee, and so if you make a couple of appointments, you still have
at the board level.
At the board level, you still have a lot of institutional memory. You have a very good staff, and so I think you know, they can push policy in a direction, but it you know, generally speaking, there's a lot of continuity, and I think markets should be reassured by that. All
right, Jim Bullard of the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. We are just going to take a little break here, and Neil, when we come back, we're going to do our little web special, and we'll have that posted on foxbusiness.com later this afternoon. Back to you.